Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're back with some more Throne and Liberty information and some really interesting news. Now I wasn't expecting to be doing another producer's letter update already. The guys over at NCSoft, they are insane. They are pumping out hard work like there is no tomorrow, and I know I keep saying it, but this is another W from NCSoft. So let's get straight into it. This time, this producer's letter is all about PvP, the current state of PvP, the feedback that they've been getting, and the upcoming changes that are going to be happening very soon to the PvP systems. So let's have a quick look. I won't read every single line. I know because some of you guys and girls just want the nitty gritty straight away. But I mean, they put a lot of effort into these letters, so I do like to go through them with you guys and girls. But basically, the siege has ended safely. Fierce battles were fought on all 10 servers, with Mercury succeeding on 3 and besieging on 7 servers. I don't really know what the translation sometimes gets a little bit confusing. I don't know what they mean what in Mercury succeeding, but basically resulting in a change of ownership. I'm curious to hear what the participants said. We've been watching the situation with a lot of nervousness. It was like the Asian Cup. Cheer up, server. Most likely talking about all of the drama, all the politics. The server that I'm on, a SOTA server, has definitely had huge dramas. So yeah, please give us your opinion on how fun the siege of TL was. We will not let go of all the bitter words, but use them as good foundation and repay you with better content. Today, we'd like to talk about the new PvP content that will be updated sequentially after this siege and the direction, basically. So since I mentioned the direction of PvE in my last letter, I've been taking a close look at the discussions among you. First of all, as you can imagine, the future direction of TL content production is going to change significantly. However, we promise you that this will not be the concept of PvP skepticism. In order to talk about the future of PvP, we first need to tell you how we designed the current content and what direction we are planning to take. So, PvE and PvP coexist. So traditionally, PvE and PvP have coexisted in the form of sharing the same content and area. This was possible because of TL's unique circulation system, which allowed the region and the nature of the content to change over time. This is basically, they're talking about the local and the regional events where you can obviously have a peaceful one, which is PvE, and then you have the conflict zones, which are obviously PvP enabled. However, this PvE and PvP content sharing seems to have pushed users into an unexpected grey area. PvP players felt more limited in their competitiveness, while the PvE users complained of unwanted competitive stress. Due to the difference in rewards between high-level area events and bosses, we sometimes had to choose content we didn't want. In order to compensate for the lack of mutual name, but yeah, again, translation, we intend to reorganize future content by withdrawing the existing direction of separating the flow of users by nature as well as content. Whilst the PvE progression is essential, PvP is a matter of choice by players and guilds, which is true. You don't have to participate in PvP. This is where the major improvements to PvE content I mentioned in my last letter fall into this. The improvement should have given you a glimpse of new PvE content that is separated from the competition. Now, let's get to talking about PvP. So we have the alliances, we have guilds and parties. They're all part of the PvP experience in Throne and Liberty. Now, before I carry on, the big topic lately from some people in the community is that you're forced to be in a guild. Everything is basically forced guild PvP. All of the PvP is mass Zerg, which, yes, correct. It has been lately complete mass Zergs. They did say that they're going to be changing that. And let's see what they say with regards to this now in this letter. Our biggest concerns of the current PvP content is the influence of alliances. Now, I'm going to touch upon that from our server, the Asota server, where I'm part of Pirate Gaming Guild. We're a small guild compared to the big boys. We are allianced with Cannon's Guild, which is 1 HP. So we've got the full 1 HP alliance. We also then had to, when the servers merged, we had a massive guild come over called What? Thai Guild, I believe. They have a huge alliance. So we ended up having to ally also with the Korean Guild Roses and their alliance to try and match the Zerg. So this is where the issues have arise, because there's such huge alliances. It basically turned into just, our Khazar server versus the Wisp server, basically. So this is what they're going to hopefully be touching upon. So guilds that belong to an alliance but don't have much influence tend to run out of money before they can get enough growth resources, and guilds that don't belong to an alliance are unable to enter content due to the high barriers. Of course, we know that the guild alliance structure is the charm of Throne Liberty's PvP. In the future, we will continue to focus on developing large-scale PvP content such as siege warfare and tax transport. I'm very interested into seeing the basically the caravan style system that they're going to have here, where diplomacy and unity between guilds are important. However, if we continue to watch the current situation where all PvP content is being tackled with a giant coalition, which is definitely what's been happening, we may miss the golden time to revive the content. So we're making a quick adjustment. Fair competition at guild PvP. Okay, here we go. Guild level PvP is planned to be overhauled with a focus on origin stones / dimensional capture stones. The biggest change is that the guilds that can participate in control are limited to 1 defender and 1 attacker. Okay, because currently right now you could just mass Zerg it. So they're now going to change this to an actual 1v1 system. So in the original content war, all control stones will be activated in the conflict zone at the same time, and everybody who enters the zone will be able to participate in the war. As a result, the more guilds in the alliance were, the bigger your alliance was, the easier it is to gain the advantage in the war. So, however, with the new declaration mode, it will be a one-on-one battle between the guild that owns the stone and the guild that has declared war. Without the support of the alliance, the unity of the guild will determine success or failure. So basically, if you've played New World, this is when you declare war on a guild in New World. If they own the territory, if my guild owns a territory, you can then basically declare war against us, and it was a 1v1 50 versus 50 war. So this is basically going to be the exact same situation now. Interesting. So with the new domination declaration method, guilds that do not have control stones will be required to select up to 3 control stones, subject to change, to target during the declaration period. If multiple guilds declare a single control seat at the same time, the guild with the higher guild rank will have priority. Okay, as it is a one-on-one battle between guilds fighting under the same conditions, we are looking forward to discovering more innovative and diverse strategies. This is interesting. This is going to definitely shake things up. Of course, there are still details to be finalized. Even if you are not participating in PvP, we are still looking at all possibilities to ensure alliances don't intervene in battles outside of conflicts. Such as roadblocks, or that there is no collision to maintain ownership without fighting, or that a guild doesn't monopolize a single, I think they mean a single control seat. I think they mean basically a single server. We will be prepared to provide further detailed announcements of the completed proclamation method rules. Interesting. Another change is the introduction of the inter-server. This is basically server versus server. This is going to be crazy. The inter-server is a multi-server system that goes beyond the server you own, and the guild that owns the control stone can enter the inter-server space by interacting with the origin stone or dimension stone. Here, the guild will meet a guild from another server with the same control stone, and we'll have a conflict event where all the other guilds are enemies. Guild area events will take place in the Origin Stone, and field boss events will occur in the Dimensional Stone. So all inter-server PvP matches are the same as domination battles for each server, and only guilds can participate without alliances, and cross-server matchmaking will rotate every period. The content will be generated once a week, and the first inter-server PvP is expected to be released in March. Damn! So in less than a month, we're going to get cross-server PvP battles. Additionally, inter-server PvP will expand beyond guilds to alliances, with up to 4 friendship guilds and a select mercenary group on the server. You will experience the largest cross-server siege in the first half of the year. Holy smokes. So this is going to be RVR, like realm v realm then, yeah? In order to prevent the guild-sized competition from becoming stuck, we believe that it is necessary to open up a battlefield beyond the server. We hope you can look forward to a new battle that is different from the long-term and long-winded in-server battles that can cause the tension and fun. So basically, they're trying to say to break up the in-server politics so that not one server is dominating non-stop. We're going to have the opportunity to fight collectively as a server versus other servers. Man, this is going to be crazy. I just hope that it's going to be optimized, because 2 servers, yeah, I don't know. It's hype, but yeah, let's just see. Now they're going to be talking about casual competition, party/solo in PvP. While the guild-based PvP content provides fairness and expands the battlefield, the traditional PvP direction is a low hurdle affair. As inter-server provides guilds with new PvP objectives and motivations, we are planning to revamp PvP in the field to make it more fun for smaller groups and for solo players, this is one of the biggest things that people have been talking about lately. First of all, the conflict zone event. In order to preserve the original fun of individual PvP content, we are planning a major overhaul of local events. The main direction of the reorganization is to change to faction warfare. Okay. Users who enter the conflict zone will randomly belong to a faction. Your faction will be independent of your guild. Holy. So this means we can fight each other like even if you're a guild member. Depending on your team assignment, you may be pitted against other players from your guild. Names and guild markings will be obscured so that they cannot be identified. Okay. So basically you can't like be on Discord and say, look, hey, yo, that's me, don't kill me. Because you're not going to know who it is. Users will fight for their own victory against non-guild teams according to the rules of the events. The winning team will receive a superior reward, with rewards scaled based on individual contribution. We hope the change to faction battles will create a variety of variables in the local events, and that the weaker guilds or solo players will be able to enjoy PvP content with less pressure. They're still working out the details, such as communication between factions and how to match parties, but we're still working on it. At the current pace, you'll be seeing a new conflict zone event sometime in April, as early as that, guys. So we're going to be next month. We're going to be getting server versus server PvP, and then the month after that, we're going to be getting this brand new system. This is crazy. Okay, this is even bigger as well. The arena will also open. Throne of Liberty's arena is a deathmatch battlefield where the same players face off, and various modes such as 2v2, 3v3 and 6v6 are planned. We are going to offer a deathmatch map first, but we're keeping the door open for more formats. The first release is scheduled for June. It's a long time away, but we're making an all-out effort to upgrade the system. As development becomes more visible, we'll be happy to elaborate on it once again. So damn, we're getting March, April, and then June. We're getting non-stop content. This is really, really good to see. In addition to the last letter, many people have asked if all field bosses are going to be instants, and if the peace mode is going to be easier to get rewards, because basically the peaceful world bosses are going to be in an instant, so that it doesn't cause a mass surge, which at the moment bosses are dying in 20-30 seconds. So, and then, but the conflict bosses are going to remain open. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to keep the current trend where PvP has a slightly higher reward than PvE. So they're going to increase the drops. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So basically, if you want to still participate in the PvP world boss events, you have more chance, the drop is higher. But if you don't want to participate, you can then go to the instance PvE world bosses, which there'll be less lag, there'll be less players, you'll actually be able to see the full boss fight mechanics. That is another huge W, so that's really, really good. Okay. Plans for the first half of Throne of Liberty. In these 2 long letters, I've explained the direction and challenges of future development. I'm curious to hear what you think. Tell the community in Throne of Liberty. Okay. I'll do my best to try and find and read it all. He's basically going to talk about his current concerns. Throne of Liberty was a project with so many inflection points. There was also a revolution to improve the fundamental system of the game after the closed beta test. Yes, this was the right thing to do. Of course, there were results that had been developed from the beginning, so we were able to make quick adjustments, but it is also true that we have been running with various problems in the process. That's not to deny the game's improvement. It's a story about my mistakes in the process of becoming a better game. As we've pushed ahead of the tight schedule, mistakes big and small were repeated. Some of them may have been difficult for you to understand. Rapid response and improvement is our policy, and I have to say, they have been seriously rapid with the changes, with the response, with the communication. So you can love or hate NCSoft all you want, but you cannot deny they have been fantastic. However, we feel like we may need to find a compromise between speed and perfection. I agree. We don't want them to burn out with non-stop work and then to cause more problems in the process. I'm not saying that we're going to stop updating with the excuse that we need maintenance. We will continue to develop the content tweaks and new content that I mentioned in the 2 letters so that you can always have a new experience. And we are actually in the process of developing it. There are also some long-term development changes. I'm looking forward to sharing those details soon. Long-term development changes. I really wonder what that is going to be. However, we want to focus on improving the game's core content so that basically the mistakes don't repeat themselves. As a result, we are going to postpone the opening of the new region that we originally talked about and introduce it in the summer. Okay, I'm fine with that. Some people are not going to be happy with that, but what do you expect, guys? They're making big changes. We can't have everything at once. I ask for your understanding as I am determined not to make the mistake of increasing the number of content without defining the core fun of the game. We are sorry to hear about this unpleasant news. We're going to pack a lot of content that you can enjoy playing in Razlan and Stoneguard right now. We will do our best to continue to develop TL. It's been 2 months since the launch. Once again, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all the users which were here with us at the start of TL and they are still with us. Thank you as always. Yeah, I mean, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I can understand because I agree. It is a shame to hear that the map isn't going to expand yet. It's now been delayed into summer, but I am more than happy with that because they're making changes, really good changes, big changes that needs to happen. The only thing I now worry about is I think this will delay global, which is a good thing and also a bad thing because obviously the longer they delay global release, the hype for the game in the Western region is going to go down. I myself, if I'm playing the game every day. I'm playing the game alongside many Western players. So for people like me and other people that are playing the game, it's not the end of the world. But for those of you that obviously are just patiently waiting for global before you get into the game, I understand your frustrations. But all I can say is, before I go, all I can say is that what would you rather? The game to be released now with all of the problems that all of the problems that the game's been having, or the game be slightly delayed a little bit more, and then it comes out in global release. It has the arenas, it has the new instant bosses, it has all of the brand new dungeons, it has all of the other PvP cross-server content, and whatever else they're cooking right now. I personally would rather all of this new changes to be here from day one in global. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. They can't please everybody, unfortunately. So anyway, that is that. Big update, big news coming. Yeah, there's just so much here, guys. I tried to not talk for too long, but it is what it is. I'm sorry about that. But if you're still here, I appreciate you so much. The support has been amazing. I just can't thank you guys and girls enough. So yeah, I really do thank you once again. So yeah, if you're still here, much love. Please drop me a comment down below. What are your thoughts? Like, share, and comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you soon. Take care. Peace.